Alright nerds, we're back for another beer review, and today we got a weird one, kind of, maybe, from Dog Island Brewing in Slave Lake, Alberta. We have their Wyld Stallyons Wyld IPA, and apparently it has wild yeast in it, Saccharomyces? I don't know how to pronounce it very well. Anyways, it has Sac versus Brett, so Sac Trios, so it should have some wild flavor in it, similar to lambics, farmyards, so wild yeast strain. Anyways, Sac Trios is a wild yeast strain present in Wyld Stallyons, again from Dog Island Brewing. We featured on the channel once before, in Slave Lake, Alberta, so up north in middle nowhere. 6%, 473 milliliter can, not quite a pint, 16 ounces, I think about. So there we go. So this is going to be really interesting because I like sours and I like lambics. Brett strains I don't like, and Sac Trios, which is the yeast strain present in this particular beer, which I just opened, so I won't turn sideways. Sac Trios often has some of the same characteristics as Brett yeast. It's non-phenolic, so it's not going to taste like Band-Aids or anything, but it's a bit wild, so you're going to get some of the funkiness, and you should get some citrus, etc., etc., of course depending on hops, which I couldn't figure out. If I can figure out the hops before I put up this video, I'll put them in the description below, so check that out. And while we're here talking about down below, brew us up some thumbs up if you like this video at the end, and subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get that out of the way before we get into beer. And now, friends, let's get into beer. If you've been watching my channel, you know I'm sort of a one-arm bandit right now. Broken left wing, right wing, this wing. It's a bit sore. So I'm trying my best. Trying my absolute best. It's good enough. I figured out a position to pour beer. Keep it tight to the body. So I'm going to pour that right now. We're going to get some of this Dog Island Wyld Stallyons. Wyld Stallyons. I figured there's a whole movie reference here I'm not getting, but so be it. It's actually like, this can's right up my alley, like, yeah, metal skulls, speakers, ghetto blasters, lightning bolts, all that stuff. Little hops, that's cool. Little sunglasses, broken bottle. I've had a few of those. Dave's had a few of those back in the day. So there we go. Also unicorns wearing sunglasses. So, are they unicorns? They're horses wearing sunglasses. They're not unicorns. I've been hanging around with a young child way too long and think everything is unicorn. Anyways, Wyld Stallyons. Again, Sac Trios yeast strain is the main feature in this golden beer. One finger whitehead is kind of just bit a bit. Not very clear. Translucent, yes. Transparent, no. Very cool color. A very beautiful beer. So again, Sac Trios, the yeast strain is the important part of this beer. So we're going to see how that changes. Again, I don't know hops, look below. Check in the description below. If I find out, I will put them there. So immediately you can smell the yeast. Now in sours, lambics, the yeast is the part that defines the beer, and I think I'm already getting some of that in here. Yeah, I definitely am. Overripe fruit, kind of like a funky wet hay. Grass. You get some like muddled tropicalness in it for sure, and you're getting a lot of citrus in it, which is all kind of defined again by Sac Trios. I'll leave a link below for the wiki for it, because there's a lot to it. There's a lot of science to it that I do not understand. So if you understand, please let me know on any of the social medias or anything. Yeah, it's wild. You smell that. That aroma is very strong, which makes me a little worried. So it's farmhousey. So there's a bit of spiciness, a bit of fruit peel. Again, muddled tropicalness, damp hay. So it's not my favorite kind of beer. My least favorite kind of beer is something with farmhouse written on it. Something that the description is like, it'll taste like coriander and cloves. Those beers tend to be my least favorite examples of beer. But I'm always willing to give anything a chance. So I'm going to try this one here and see what I think. Cheers. Immediate spice. Like overwhelming. I'm talking, so it's going to kind of kill all the flavor, so I'll take another drink. Immediate spice. Immediate farmhouse spice. But not in a bad way. There's a lot of like underlying lemon and orange and zest. It's interesting. So it's like, it's very West Coasty. It's very green. But it has a funk to it. It has a farmhouse quality to it that normally I don't like, but for some reason this beer right here really hits that spot. And I'm really doing my best now. So I've had some reviews where I'm like, yeah, this beer's okay. And then beers afterwards, like, holy crap, so good, holy crap, so good, holy crap, so good. So I'm trying not really to just hit beers that are great. This beer, Wyld Stallyons, was given to me by the fine folks at Westminster Liquor, 3 locations. Again, we'll talk about them later, but anyway, 3 locations in Lethbridge. Awesome partner for the show. And who gave me this beer, try it out. Dog Island gave it to them for me. So I'm going to try it out. And you know what? If you just poured this for me, I think it's a West Coast IPA. But it has very, very unique qualities to it. It has a bit of spiciness to it. And it tastes wild. Whether is that because I know what it is? Maybe. 100% maybe. Is that I had some descriptors going in. Did some looking. Went on Dog Island's website. Figured some stuff out. So maybe. But it's very spicy. It has those kind of like orange peel, orange qualities that you get in a wheat farmhouse beer. It just doesn't have all the, it's not overly phenolic, it's not too funky like Brett can be, like where it kind of curls your tongue a bit, gives you a bit of heartburn. It's really, really, really good beer from a brewery nobody's ever heard of, Dog Island Brewing. Slave Lake, small town, small city up north, Alberta. And it's cool that small breweries, I'm looking at the can right now, the small breweries are willing to go a bit out of the ordinary to stand out in a gigantic craft scene, especially in Alberta, and especially in Calgary, where they have 40 or 50 breweries, right? And they have 20 or 30 more coming still to open. I've talked in other videos about how many breweries are simply contract breweries. They don't even have their own. They're using other spaces to make their field and forage and such, right? So Tool Shed, there's a few that they just make out of other breweries. Cooley Brew, when they were open, they did the same thing in Lethbridge, where even when they weren't making their own beer, they were making beer, or other people were making beer for themselves, renting the space. This beer, excellent example of using a wild strain of yeast to define an IPA. Super unique, super cool. I'm gonna do some more research. Maybe this is something I could present on videos, like, here, this is the difference between yeast strains, and this might be the beer to do it with. It's really, really cool beer. Great job, Dog Island. Super appreciate the work put in. Super appreciate this beer. It's excellent, hoppy, enough verdantness. You get fruit in there from citrus. You get a little bit of muddled tropicalness. You get a little bit of wet hay. A little bit, just the tiniest bit of funk in there. Awesome. Great. And I was really worried it was going to be like pure Brett yeast and I'd hate the whole thing like I normally do. But no, loved it. Great beer. All that said, at Fermented Nerds us on all social medias, what you think if you've had this beer, wild strain, IPAs, etc. Dog Island. If you're watching this, add us. You can find us at Fermented Nerds on all social medias. fermentednerds@gmail.com. And again, thumbs up, all that stuff. Yeah, great beer. Great beer. All that said, this is Fermented Nerds. I'm Wally, and I'm out.